Alright, so hopefully this one is the one that works. I'm gonna go paste it in here. I think the stream is already started. So I'm gonna type in here 12, 20. So I'll select it here, publish now. And hopefully that should be up there. So hopefully that one is the one that works. Do go on here, go on playlist. Alright, so hopefully that was the one that is working. So wait for people to start joining on this one. And hopefully this one will work out because the last one was not working out. And I apologize for that. All right, so hopefully that link was the better link. Drop a comment if you were able to join on that one. And we'll begin to go over this playlist. All right, so on here, going over the playlist for this week. If you are able to get this watch list, this is the watch list that was on there for this week. So we got GameStop, Adobe, Broadcom, FedEx, Spy, Aurora Cannabis, Delta Airlines, United Airlines, GRWG, and then PLTH. So all the ones on here I'm going to go over. So let's just jump into them. So GameStop had their earnings today. It was pretty rough, to say the least. I looked at it, but I feel like this is grossly oversold in my opinion. Everyone kind of expected for their earnings to be pretty bad, but when they came out, it's like everyone just sold off like immediately. So after hours went down $2.83. So to me, that was a pretty dramatic sell-off for the time being. I think that their sales. People are saying the PS5 being digital and having a digital and physical copy, people aren't going to be buying PS5 anymore or buying Xbox anymore, and comparing it to old blockbusters, if you all remember blockbusters. But I don't think so. I think it was basically oversold. They had a deal with Microsoft a while back, so that's why I had them on there as a call. So I still, believe that they can pull back from this. Going to the next one, we have Adobe. And if there are any ones that you all want me to look at, make sure you drop them in the comment. I'll try to review those. But this list is pretty lengthy because I added some on here onto the ones that are on the watch list already. So after this video, I'm going to make a new watch list. So make sure you all check that out after this stream. So next one is Adobe. Adobe is still bullish. They're moving average 50 above moving average 10, and moving average 10 is above moving average 50 and moving average 100. So that is good for them. Their earnings is coming up. I think it's going to be on Thursday. So they're bullish. I expect this to continue to rally, getting closer to earnings. It seems to be that it fell off just a little bit. It went down to, where's this level at? 487.92, but it didn't bounce off of this moving average 10 line. So it went down and bounced, and then came back up. So I think it still has enough momentum to continue to be bullish, even getting closer to earnings. So the next one we have is Broadcom, which is on just a crazy bullish uptrend at the moment. They went up even more today. So after hours, they went up $1.59 to be at 25 even. So, pretty good metrics for them overall. Been on a bullish run up, for a while, about a week now. So starting around the 3rd of December, they started this bullish uptrend, and they were even bullish before then. So I mean, they've been bullish for quite a while. The company's doing a lot of stuff, so I expect them to continue to be bullish, for a long time. FedEx, on the other hand, they are bullish, but FedEx is doing quite a bit of things with the vaccine. So, I read an article or saw a video today that, FedEx is doing a lot for delivery. They actually have like a process for the delivery of the vaccine. So, FedEx is definitely gearing up to be a good one in the long run. So, I kind of have a little bit of experience because I worked for FedEx way back when, but I don't anymore. But I do know they're currently in their peak season. So their peak season kind of goes a little bit before the Thanksgiving, and then it goes after Thanksgiving, like out past New Year's, just a little bit past New Year's. So for the company to be, at this high of valuation, stock wise at 302.46, at the midpoint of their peak season, kind of speaks a lot for them. I think they're going to continue to go up, especially once there's a plan in place to deliver that vaccine. Now, in the U.S., the vaccine still has not been approved by the FDA. I know the FDA said that they showed favoritism, I guess you could say, towards the Pfizer vaccine, or they showed that they were an approval, not a non-official approval of the Pfizer vaccine. Also today, the first person got the dosage of the vaccine in the UK. I think it was like a 90-year-old lady. She was pretty old. She got her dose of the Pfizer vaccine today, which you all know is the 2-shot administration. So I think she got the first one today, and then they'll do a follow-up one with the second one. The U.S. seems to be waiting on their approval, but there are a lot of things going on. With they got to do a committee of people that are going to do an advisement over it. I know today President Trump basically was giving updates on stuff that was going on, while President-elect Biden is still choosing people for his cabinet. So it's kind of a dual presidency at the moment in the States here. So it's just a lot of chaotic things going on. Also, there's still stimulus talks going on, trying to provide more updates on stimulus moving forward. A lot of places like California are still doing lockdowns and shutdowns, and there's still that battle of opening up restaurants versus retail versus airlines, and a whole bunch of stuff going on, which to me are all catalysts for the market. So it's kind of hard to, see which way it's going to go, but I think overall it's going to be positive. So all that to say why I had SPY on here. I think the market is going to have positive movements. Once we get this vaccine approved, I think that's a huge catalyst. Once the stimulus is approved, that's a huge catalyst. December 18th seems to be the date to remember. That's the date when, all this stuff supposedly is supposed to be passed. I know during Christmas, I think is when the the unemployment runs out, as well as the renter's assistance runs out. And then on the 31st, I think the student loan deferral runs out. So I haven't heard really many talks about them adding the student loan deferral back in there, but I think that may have potentially got pushed out until the 31st of January, if I'm not mistaken. But, there's still a lot of catalysts with that going on. So, I mean, very volatile overall, but I think once in the U.S. that we have approved a vaccine, I think it's going to bring more hope to the market. I don't think the market's going to, have a sell-off or correct. I think we can see those industries begin to boom yet again. Going into the cannabis side, we have ACB. So Aurora Cannabis kind of went down. It's been running sideways. They did have that MORE Act that was passed, so that was a catalyst in my opinion. Was that MORE's Act or the MORE Act, which, if I go back to here, stood for the House passed the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act. So the MORE Act. So next we have Delta Airlines, or ticker sign DAL. So both of these being in airline space. We have Delta Airlines, which is ended the day at $42.80. So overall, not too bad of a metric. They just crossed this threshold to become bearish, in my opinion. So they are bearish, but I think there's still significant volume surrounding them. I think also they're basically waiting on catalysts for the vaccine as well, moving forward. I think the same thing for United Airlines as well. I did hear about United Airlines being one of the people who were helping to ship the vaccine through airlines. But if you look at Delta Airlines chart, it is almost identical to United Airlines chart, where they're both crossing this moving average 50 line. So, I mean, they're almost exactly identical. They went up and then they went down and crossed their moving average 50. Then you look at United Airlines, went up, went down, and crossed the moving average 50 line. So, I mean, they basically are trending each other. So, when one goes up, the other one goes up. So, I think they're just basically waiting on this vaccine. So, when this vaccine news comes out, I expect to see, like, these two basically go back up. And then next we got Grow Generations. They fell down, but they're starting to rally back up, which is nice because they fell off significantly, went down to 32, but they're starting to go back up. So hopefully tomorrow they can go back up and become bullish yet again, where this moving average 10 line will cross the moving average 50 and 100. It was very interesting to see like these cannabis stocks go down after this MORE Act was passed by the House. Now, it's not an official bill because it's not passed by the Senate, and God knows the Senate is taking forever to pass this stimulus, so they're definitely not going to be in a hurry to look at this MORE Act. But it's a step forward, in my opinion, for the House to agree on something to make it to the Senate. And it's the same with this one, Planet 13, which is also a cannabis stock. They are bullish, though, compared to the other two. So this is the one, if you follow Jeremy Education on YouTube, this is the one that he always talks about. Added it to the list because it was in the cannabis space as well. I think they're doing pretty well. They've been bullish for quite a while, but looks like they may eventually go back and test this moving average 50 line pretty soon, and then we'll see what happens after that. Sundial Growers is also another one in the cannabis space that has gone down. They are bearish, but seem to be after hours they went up a little bit. I wouldn't expect anything dramatic from them to go up tomorrow, but we'll see what happens with them tomorrow. KBNT was one of the winners for the penny stocks. That was a pick on here. If we see on the third, they were all the way down here at $3.85, and they shot up $5, about $6, to $9.30. So if you're able to lock in that one, it was definitely pretty good for that one. So on the third, they were all the way down, went all the way up to this $9.30 metric. So really good for them. Definitely was excited to see this movement going forward, and I was definitely happy for that one. WSR we have for Whitestone REIT. This one I have in my long-term portfolio as well. They're a good REIT to have. If you're not familiar with what REITs are, it's a real estate investment trust, which is a dividend stock, and the dividend stock pays monthly. So if you're interested in monthly dividend stocks, this is definitely one. You hold it, and they pay you every month for holding it. I think it's around, I want to say like 10 cents per share. Not exactly sure on the exact amount, but I do know they pay monthly, which is always good. And they are bullish at the time of this video. They are bullish. Just with it being a real estate company, the catalyst being the vaccine. The company stocks, we got PDSB. They're bullish as well. Seems to be they hit $2.73, but then they continue to go up, but going up slowly. So the next level I would look for them to hit is this level right here, which is at 249. If they can get back to that 249 level, they're currently at 243. Then I would be like, okay, they potentially have enough momentum to go back to this 270 level. They are still bullish, but they're getting very close to this moving average 50 line. So this moving average 10 is getting really close to this moving average 50. So I'm just hoping that it continues to go up. So next one we have CYAN for Cayenne. I hope I'm saying that right. Cayenne Otech. So it's almost like Nano. Cayenne Tech. They did touch $3.45. And the same thing with them, almost like this PDSB. They just continue to go up slowly. VWAP doesn't seem to be too high. Volume doesn't seem to be too high on this one. Waiting for some more volume on this one to continue to go up. Then we have ticker sign ORGO, which sadly fell off. It had been on quite a big run up for a while, and today it fell off sadly. So hopefully you are able to lock that in on Monday and then execute it on today, because today it fell off, started to fall off pretty significantly. So it almost had the same situation. Had the same situation as GameStop. They just sold like crazy. Now it is bouncing, so it fell down all the way to 518, but it is beginning to bounce. So if we look after hours, it went up 24 cents, but I don't know how high that dead cap bounce is going to be. Once it crosses threshold right here of 545, then I would say yeah, it's bearish, but it has seemed to have bounced back all the way above the moving average 50 line. So I'll see tomorrow. Definitely interesting one, especially with it bouncing this high. It looks like it's at 547. So especially with it bouncing that high after hours, we'll see what they do in the morning. Then we have ticker sign STIM for Neuronetics. They are bullish. Seems to be significant volume from them. VWAP is high as well. So overall, I think pretty good for this one. This seems to be this convergence right here where the moving average 50 and moving average 100 seem to cross. Then it crossed again. But overall, they're bullish. They touched 896. When was this? On the 4th. And then they're back at 886. So very close to this resistance at 896 where they touched that level. I think if they touch that again, they'll probably have another breakout similar to this one right here. So definitely going to be looking at this one a lot closer. And then the next level we'll see 926. So if it goes tomorrow and opens up and hits above this $8.96 level, then I'll look for a potential exit around 920. So, a little bit of a gain on that one, 20-cent gain on that one. So definitely going to be looking at that one tomorrow. We got PLG for Platinum Group on here. They are on a very bullish uptrend. If we see on here, almost compare this one to the KBNT one as well. On just the way the chart just ran up. So around the third, they went up, just continued to go up. Went all the way to 520. and then kind of leveled off right here where it's at this $4.83 level. They're well above the moving average 50 and moving average 100. Moving average 10 is above them. VWAP is pretty high as well. They kind of ramped up, then went sideways, ramped up, and could potentially have another ramp up tomorrow morning. They ended at 86 cents, so $4.86. So went up 3 cents after hours. So I'll definitely look for them for an early morning mover as well. USIO, if we see they are bullish, they did touch $2.05, and they ended the day $1.01 above where they ended. So a lot of momentum around this one. Went up a whole $1.01 after hours. So that's always a good sign to see that they went to 284, which is above this 205 where they were at. So definitely keep my eyes on this one as well for another early morning mover. Next, we got ticker sign ALSK. They have gone up, so the same around the third. They shot up tremendously, went to about $3.92. Then they ended at the day to day at $3.78. But they were at $3.81 at close. So I'm gonna be looking for them to see how they perform overall. And then here's the catalyst for them moving forward. I think their financials were pretty good in my opinion, but definitely going to be seeing how they perform moving forward. I would definitely look for the ones like these three that seem to be on steady uptrends moving forward first before I look at one like ALSK. Now, looking into the new ones that I have on here for the list, first we're going to type in the stock that everybody's looking at, everyone's always looking at, seems to be whole cult around this one. Is Palantir Technologies. They had recently got a contract with FDA, which started this little uptrend, and then went all the way to 31.24. Kind of leveled off on there, but it seems to be this stock just rallies around news. So any contract that comes out with them, and their contracts with big names, I mean, like FBI, NASA, all these different contracts that this company is getting are pretty impressive. But how long will that momentum last? I've heard mixed things about Palantir. So there are people who hold it just to trade it when it goes up, like when it has a lull like this where it's down at like 23.60. They'll hold it and then they'll go up to where it goes to 31.24 and sell, and then it'll go sideways. And they'll wait for the next run up where it goes down and it's on sale. And then I've heard where people just are holding it and just adding more and more. So I think overall, with the amount of contracts this company has, long term, I definitely see the growth potential of this one. I think the FOMO mixed with the people day trading this one is eventually going to run out, and it's just going to be a bunch of people putting this into their portfolio. So you also got to think, when Tesla gets put into the S&P 500, people are going to be restructuring their portfolios. They're going to be doing portfolio management. It's going to be the beginning of the year. So, or close to the beginning of the year, people are going to be restructuring their portfolio. I know people are going to put a lot more EV companies into their portfolio. So you got to think Palantir is definitely going to be one of those ones on the list for people to be shoving to their portfolio, which is going to make the stock, in my opinion, go up. I think that it definitely has potential to get to around $50 a share. That's just me speaking. I definitely believe just with all the different contracts that it has. I've seen companies that have way less going on for them that have gotten a lot higher stock price wise than this company has with all the things it has going on. So if people stop, day trading this one, then I think it could potentially, be a good value play. Next we have Stitch Fix. SFIX, which went up tremendously today on their better than expected earnings. So they went around from $35.68 all the way up to $54.94. So crazy run up today. Of course, went sideways after that, but still, I think that was a pretty impressive run up that they had. Um, this one was not on my radar, but excuse me, definitely going to be looking at this one moving forward for a potential on my watch list. So I'm not really familiar too much with the company and what they do, but I definitely will look at them considering how fast this stock moved on just earnings. Next, we got Tesla. Tesla's always in the news. Still bullish. You know, going on today, it went up some more. Ended only $3.68 after hours. Went down to $646.20. So not too bad of a metric for them. What was in the news today? They're talking about Elon Musk have moved to Texas, like officially has moved. So, you know, he's taking everybody and most of the stuff or himself out of California. I know he had a lot of problems from California with the whole regulations they were doing was kind of hurting business. But I think he himself probably just didn't like being in California. There are a lot of people moving out of California recently. I know Graham Stephan said he was moving out of California. Some other YouTubers said that they were moving out of California. So, you know, it seems to be a mass exodus out of California for tax purposes as well as for all these lockdowns and mandates and stuff that California is doing. You know, people really are not into that. So I think the company will continue to do good in the future, and definitely going to be looking at Tesla for more of a mover as time goes on. So next we have ticker sign AZO. So this was on the regular channel for the watch list. They went down some today. So they went down to $1,095.99. But it seems like, you know, after hours, they kind of tried to rally up some. I mean, it's only 85 cents, but they tried to rally up some just a little bit. So I'll see how it performs, getting closer to earnings, and see what is going on with that one. Next, we have ticker sign THO for Thor Industries. This one has kind of been up and down. We see around the 7th, they went up to 99.40. Then they fell all the way back down. And it seems like they're trying to rally up yet again. So I'm going to be looking on this one tomorrow to see if it will go back. And if it breaks this level right here, this 96.84 and 96.42, then I could potentially, you know, maybe try to get an option play on that one. Next, we have ticker sign X, which is for U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel has been going up. They're at 15. They were at 15.46. Ended the day today at 19.58, and then went up to 19.59 after hours. So they ended the day at 19.47. After hours went up to 19.59. So that's higher than this side right here where it shows the high candlestick. So definitely going to be looking at them for an early morning mover moving forward. And it seems to be a pretty significant bullish uptrend for them. And it seems like that they're bouncing off of this moving average 50 line. So definitely going to look at them moving forward for some potential growth. Next on the list, we have ticker sign TOL for Toll Brothers. They fell off significantly from this 49.52 level, ran sideways. So going to be looking to see if they can bounce back or recover from this. After hours, they went up 36 cents. So not too bad of a metric for them, but not the best either. So going to the next one, we got Quagen. So ticker sign QGEN. They went up starting on the 4th all the way to 51.24 and started to go sideways. So going to be trying to read some more articles about this one. I didn't really get to read any background information on them. Background information on the company is always the best way to find out whether it's a good play or a bad play to make. So I'll definitely go look at some background information on them and see how they're going to perform or what they have going on in their press releases. That could be another momentum shift for them. I definitely want to see what caused this uptrend starting from the 4th going up to the 8th, what caused this 4-day rally, because potentially it can make another rally after that. Next, we got Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is bullish. Doing it by the moving average 10 line. I mean, it's barely above moving average 50, but it's still above it. They're kind of all over the place on here. Their chart's a little funky. They're going up, gone down, gone up, gone down, gone up some more and gone back down. But overall, I think Goldman Sachs is a pretty good long-term play. They definitely have solidified themselves in the financial market. Next, we have Health Equity, which is bullish. Which is bearish. Doing it by the moving average 10 line being below moving average 50 and 100. Looks like they're beginning to start to rally back up. So I would look at them in the morning for an early morning mover, since they have started this candle pattern to move up. So I would say, definitely look at them as far as movement is concerned. I wouldn't look for them to go all the way back to the 75, 72 immediately, but I would look for them to get back to this level around 68, 69, or 68, 75, where they fell off. So if it goes back up and it tests this level right here of this 68, 90 or the 68, 75, then I would say, okay, they're going to start a bullish uptrend, because then the moving average 50 line will be closer to that, and they'll begin their convergence of the moving average 50 line. Then after that, I would still consider them bearish, but I would say they have began a bullish uptrend because their moving average 10 line has crossed this threshold. So definitely going to be looking at them in the morning. And last, we have ticker sign COUP for Coupa. They are bearish at the time of this video. They went all the way from 337.89 and then went down to around 300, which seems to be this level right here. Potentially oversold, but not really much going on with them. They kind of ran sideways for quite a while, so I'm interested to see what's really going on with them. Got to read some more articles to see why they fell so far, since they shot up really fast all the way to 37.89, but then fell all the way back down. So I want to see why that actually happened. Do you guys have any stocks that you all want me to look at? Drop them in the comment section. I'll probably try to look at some of those. Any plays that you all are making this week. Yeah, these are so the ones that I'm gonna be looking at tomorrow. The most I'd have to say is gonna be X for U.S. Steel. Definitely gonna be looking at an option play for that one, since it's continued to go up. As for penny stock, gonna be looking at USIO, PLG, and STIM. Okay, looking at these three to go up. Then I'm going to look back at KBNT, since it had such a phenomenal run up and it started to go sideways. Definitely going to look at this one again. I'm going to be looking at DAL and UAL once this vaccine news comes out in the U.S. I'm going to be looking at FDX and AVGO. And SPY, could be looking at those three, and Adobe. So I'm looking at Adobe, Broadcom, FedEx, SPY, Delta Airlines, and United Airlines. all tomorrow to see how they perform. Also going to be looking at GameStop. GameStop definitely has a cult following behind it. I know it's on a lot of different forums, and I think it was definitely oversold, considering their earnings. And a lot of people may just buy the dip. So if you heard the term "buy the dip," people may just buy the dip. So um, I think that may happen tomorrow. And once people start to see it rally back up, then people probably jump back in. Um, but yep, that's the watch list. I'll try to make a new one here soon and release that one out there. Probably add some of these other picks on here and figure out some of the other stuff that's going on. But good luck to you all out there trading. Hope everybody's able to lock in profits. Let me know if this video is helping you all, this live stream, or hit that thumbs up or drop a comment down below and say, yeah, it's helping. Yes, I like it. Make sure you also go on there and ask me some questions if you have any questions, or try to check that page every day if there are any questions. And I'll see you guys next time. Good luck to you all out there. So peace.